Hi everyone and welcome to Rob Evans 365. It's day number 380 and I am back for day 2 of the Winterfest cheerleading here at the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre. And today it's been a beautiful start to the day. It's early in the morning. The sun has just come up about 20 minutes ago. I've been doing some video recording for my Instagram TV channel. And I've come in here early. The girls aren't competing until later this afternoon. Some of the teams are earlier. Some of the cheer school is earlier this morning, so I wanted to see them too because they were some of the teams that I did the high performance sports nutrition program with. But in the meantime, I thought, well, we've got Albert Park Lake here. Now, for those of you listening on the other side of the world, the Albert Park Lake is the lake that the Australian Grand Prix, Formula One Grand Prix, is raced around. And it's about I'm going to say a 5 kilometre circuit. I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. I'm about halfway around the lake right now, heading back to MSAC. It's a gorgeous morning. Sun just coming up, and I posted a video yesterday about how I love to get up early in the morning and start my day. So it's about an hour's drive from where I live to here, and I got in here in time to see the sunrise, and it's a Sunday morning. Now most people will be sleeping in bed and sleeping in and saying, I don't want to get up till 10 o'clock or something like that. Whereas I take the other approach and say, what a gorgeous morning it is, and what a beautiful opportunity we have to get out and not only do some exercise, but just to enjoy life, achieve things. It's just fantastic. And here's a great example. So right now I'm walking past a rowing shed. And here's some ladies that, if I just have a bit of a cursory look, I would say they would have to be in their 50s or later, and they're jumping in to do some rowing. So four-person rowing out on the lake. And so what a great thing. These are people that are thriving in life, getting out on a Sunday morning, having a row on Albert Park Lake. Beautiful. So I think, I wanted to take advantage of this morning. So Angela's bringing the kids in later on, and I'll get my 10,000 steps up before I step inside MSAC, and it won't even be 9 o'clock. And I will watch some cheerleading. I always carry, wherever I go, a notepad and pen. So you'll see me with my red notepad and blue pen, and it'll always be a red one until I can't find a red pad anymore. And why do I do that? Because I'm always looking to plan, write down ideas, do some work, write a post, social media posts, something like that, all with the objective of how can I help more people. And that's what thrives me. That's what drives me to keep going each day. How can I help you be more successful? Because I really am powered by your success. It's my number one priority for you to be successful with your health and fitness journey. And I think this is what I love about being able to talk to you each day. There's a different message each day, and some of them may be consistent, because I think you can hear a message 3 or 4 or a dozen different times, and each time you hear that message you take away something different to the last time that you heard that message. And so this is what my hope is for you. This isn't the first time that I've talked about getting up early, start setting your day up for success from the very beginning, and that includes the weekends, so that you'll get more out of life, you'll get more done. Because if you got more done, don't you think you'd be more satisfied? The number of people that I talk to that say, oh, well, I've got all this to do, there's never any time for it. But a lot of people are just wasting so much of their life doing the wrong things. Focusing on the transactional stuff rather than the transformational things. And yes, the transactional things are important. You need to be able to pay the bills and do the cleaning and take out the trash and do all those sorts of things. They have to be done. But when you start to focus on more of the transformational aspects, you don't worry about the transactional stuff so much, because you make those get done. But because you're transforming yourself, you get more done doing other things. So you might get to that stage, particularly in a business sense, but where you outsource a whole bunch of the things that you no longer need to do because they're just transactional stuff, and you can earn more money focusing on the transformational things. That's an important element. So anyway, I'm in here. I'm right at the very tip of the lake right now, and looking over the city, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful morning. It's cold, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to record this podcast in a couple of elements today, because I do want to give you an update throughout the day, at the end of the day, as to how the girls have competed, what the results are, because that's what we're here for today. So I'm going to pause this right now, and you'll hear back from me later on today once we've got some results, and let's hope for a successful day, hey? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Well, welcome back. We are at the end of our cheerleading. I'm on my way, headed home. It's way later than I wanted it to be. It's a really long day. I've been here almost 12 hours, it seems, and it's about 5 p.m. at night, and I'm just about to head out of the city onto the freeway towards home. I have about an hour's trip from here, and the event has been run. Let me walk you through it. So today was Emily's first time, and for a lot of their team, in this next level. So for either all of them, or certainly the majority of them, they're all basically level 1 competitors that had to step up into a senior level 2 class, which is a big step up in terms of degree of difficulty, etc., etc. So it's a lot to ask of them, and their degree of difficulty was quite hard, which had some impact at the end of the day, which I'll tell you about in a second. And look, out of the practices that I was seeing, it's rare that you see the full routine. Certainly the sessions that I go to, you might see part of it, so you don't see the full routine. But from the parts that I saw, you could see that it was going to be a real stretch for them to coordinate everything today and make it go off without a hitch. So I'm going to say they're 2.5 minutes, their routine, something like that. And they started really well. So Emily's a flyer, which means she's one that gets thrown up in the air and stuff. They have 3 of them in their group. And started off really well into the second part of the routine. They were doing really well. And then it was about 45 seconds to go. Oh, can I say this? The wheels fell off, kind of. So what happened was Emily's base, the bases are the people that are called that hold up the flyers. the ones that hold Emily up lost their grip or couldn't. I think Emily said later one of them had a sore wrist and the other one just slipped. And of course that meant that she came down, not all the way to the floor, it just meant that she couldn't go all the way up. And that happened on the first time. And the second time she went up, and then the ones next to them kind of came down at the same time, not onto the floor, but just down to they call it extension, so getting right up to the very top, fully extended, standing up nice and tall, hands up in the air kind of thing. And they weren't able to get up to that position. So there was that, and then I think something else happened as well. That trying to let someone in, they're not getting the picture. My goodness, how many times do you have to wave your hand to let someone in? And I think what happened, because the routines are so boom, 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 fast with all the moves and everything, and just when something goes wrong like that, it's hard to recover just because of the time. And I guess that just comes with experience and so forth as well. So they all walked off very depleted. Some were in tears. Emily was upset. She wasn't in tears, but pardon me, I know her well enough to know when she's really upset. So we spent some time together just talking and stuff. She said, I'm just tired, which is just a smoke screen for I'm really upset. And anyway, so we spent, we had to spend a couple of hours waiting. So we had plenty of time to chill, and she's watching the performance again because I taped it. And we saw a level 7. So they're in level 2. She was level 1 last year, level 2 this year. And it goes level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. And I thought it stopped at 6, but there was a level 7. Now, I don't know whether level 7 is like world standard, like, open for the world championships or not. But, pardon me, my goodness. I mean, what Emily's doing in level 2 is about getting from like standing on top of, being held above people's heads. Okay, now level 7 is being held above people's heads with another person on top of them. So you're 3 people high. It's like, OMG, how do you do that? So all the level 7, well, there was only one level 7 team, but the level 7 team, basically all the bases are fairly solidly built males. And the flyers are lighter weight women, because they're obviously easier to hold up, and you need the strong bases to be able to perform their part of the job. So it's exciting to watch that. So anyway, I think there were 8. I think Emily said there were 8 competing against her. Now, it's so confusing with all the large gym, small teams, large gym, large teams, etc. So they compete in the large gym category this year. They were in the small gym category last year. So a large gym this year. But I think small team, which is confusing because the team got up there and they had 25 competitors. So I don't know what it means to have a small team. But anyway, we were expecting them to, I don't know, place 4th or below, based on, pardon me, a good start, but a couple of mishaps. But they came second. That's right, they came second, and we were just really blown away, and so were they, I think. Now, what happened was their degree of difficulty was so much higher than the other competitors that even with their point deductions from the falls, they still rated higher. So that's an exciting prospect for them. So this has got to do with the world coaches that they had come out from Canada and the US earlier in the year to coach them on better routines, harder degree of difficulties, that kind of stuff. So they went from being fairly devastated to fairly ecstatic by the end of it, knowing that, you know what, they weren't that far away. And if they just nail a few of these things. So I had some time at the end to just congratulate Daniel, who's their main coach, and say, look, well done, man. Great job. And he said to me, which this was my part of the involvement, he said the parents, he said so many of the parents have come up to me. He said all of the kids did the right thing. He said the parents came up to me and said, the kids have made all their own food, they've made their lunches, they've gone healthy, and they said, we want to know what you've done because we've been trying to get them to do this for 5 years and now they're doing it. And it's like, boom, talk about success, hey? So I did play a part in helping improve their mindsets and change in terms of what it means for their performance. So well done, girls. And I was observing today, and I didn't see anyone that was competing in Emily's team that had done the wrong thing. I did see one girl that was competing in a higher level, who I did do the talks to. She had soft drink. Now, they didn't attend my last one, which said these are the things that I don't want you to do, and drinking soft drink was one of them. So I think that's something to really build on. And talking to Daniel about, they're just with hoping they take away, get more hungry from this. They learn from it. It's the first time they've stepped up to level 2, and they stay hungry and, work harder. And, next time will be number 2 that they get up there. The second time that they're up there. So they'll be more experienced. They've had one competition. So, brilliant. So now what I'm going to do, I'll go back in, I'll send them an email this week anyway, to congratulate them on their good work for the, from the staffing perspective, their great work, and talk about coming in and doing some more nutrition work with them again so that we can just fine tune it even more and get it even better. So I've already got some ideas about that. It's about certainly giving them even more of an edge, getting all of these things polished. So I think that's really powerful. So all in all, a great day for Emily and their team. The whole weekend was fantastic, really. If you think about it, we had 3 girls competing. Amelia competed for the first time. She got first. Olivia competed for the first time. She got second. Emily is competing in the first time in this level, and she got a second as well. So couldn't be more proud of all of them. Well done, girls. And I think you'll sleep well tonight. And it just goes to show you, though, today it was a long day. They weren't competing till 2:30, and I heard the girls around me saying how tired they were. And are you going to compete that well when you're that tired? And again, coming down to the fueling, competing at that time of the day. And because they're more senior, they could be competing even later, get to the Australian titles if they make it there. They could be competing at, the Amigas actually, at the Australian titles last year, they competed at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. So they're up early all day. If they're not fueling themselves, then they're stuffed. So I think a good lesson to be had here, and it gives me more fuel to talk to them about to help improve their performance even more. So well done, girls. I'm proud of you all, and I'm going home to have some dinner, relax, and unwind with the Soli. All right. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.